Hello, 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 and welcome to Competition Day here at Voices of Today. My name is Robin Corsidu. My pronouns are she, he, they, used interchangeably. I'm a Virgo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, and that's all the important stuff you need to know about me. Welcome to Bout 1, a festival. Woo, woo, woo. Festival Day 2. I hope y'all were a part of the festival yesterday. I hope y'all saw some amazing workshops, some amazing features, like people from like Heather Corey Reed and Sam Slupsky doing a wonderful workshop yesterday. And I hope you're ready for even more wonderful, wacky, fun times with me, your host. So before we get started, it's really important for us to acknowledge the land that we're on. And I know in this online time of COVID, we're all on different parts of the island across the world. But Voices of Today traditionally has taken place in what's colonially known as Toronto, and it's the traditional territory of the Huron, the Wendat, the Petun, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe territories, as well as treaty territory, specifically the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant between the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe and the Toronto Purchase, Treaty 13. As we move online, Voices of Today looks to amplify the voices of the original caretakers of the land across the globe. It's our goal to honor and offer education to everyone on the over 10,000 years of Indigenous culture and history that's existed worldwide. We recognize the majority of our current organizers live across Turtle Island, which is what the Lenni, Lenape, and Iroquois people traditionally have called North America. As a festival, we acknowledge the reconciliation takes ongoing efforts from non-Indigenous peoples. We ask all non-Indigenous attendees to continuously learn about the history of the land and its people from where they live and occupy, as well as to treat the land with respect the best way they know how to. So I'm currently in Hamilton, which is treaty territory, which is the traditional territory, my apologies, of the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee, and it's also covered by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant. My family is a bunch of Punjabi immigrants from India, and it's always important for me to remember and to remind other, children of immigrants that we may be fleeing violence and genocide and poverty and state-sanctioned violence where we fled from, and we come here, and all the times we think that Canada is this perfect place and that this is where dreams come true because that's the immigrant dream. But it's important to notice that we fled genocide doesn't mean that the place we fled to is inherently genocide free, and it's not, it's not like it's a perfect place. So I want to remind y'all, especially you children of immigrants out there and immigrants yourself, to really take a moment and figure out whose land you're on and any nearby initiatives that you can help donate your time, your money, your energy to. Like find some organizations, do the work. But yeah, so I am gonna get started on some rules. Welcome to Bout Day 1. Well, it's the only bout day, but this is bout number 1, but you understand what I'm saying. So poets are going to go word to word to word, and we're going to hear some wonderful pieces today, but this isn't total poet anarchy. Unfortunately, there are rules, and there's some information for y'all watching this live stream as well. So first of all, anywhere in this event, whether it be my screen or one of the chats you're in, there is no hate speech that will be tolerated. We don't like that shit here. We're tender and soft and full of love, man. Don't make me cry. I will cry all over you virtually. So hate speech will not be tolerated. I also want to remind y'all that we do have a Discord server where a lot of our event chats are happening because Poetry Slam audiences are supposed to be rowdy, and I want you to be rowdy virtually. So you can hop into the Discord. There will be a link that goes up soon. So you can talk to other poets, other audience members. You can cheer virtually, send some snaps, send some GIFs. I love GIFs. Give me some emojis. That's the shit I want to see. And some of the poems that you're going to be hearing today will be about sensitive topics, and I want you to prioritize you taking care of yourself because you're number 1. It's totally okay and totally not rude if you need to turn the volume off, or you need to turn your device off and tune out for a poem if you need to, or go for a walk, get some air, get a drink. That's totally okay. If at any point you do want somebody to talk to about anything you've heard or you're feeling tonight, we do have active listeners, and they'll be identified in the pinned post in the Discord chat. One of our active listeners today is Jill, and if you want somebody to talk to, they're there for you to reach out to. Also, we have a wonderful, wonderful human being named Rabbit Richards, who is going to be around with us during festival. So if anyone feels unsafe at festival at any point, for any reason, you can message Rabbit on Discord and then move off of Discord to texting if that makes you more comfortable. Rabbit is a super cool human being, and they're here to be a shoulder for you to talk to. Yeah. Also, some of the money that's being raised today is going to be donated to an organization. During festival, we're donating to a different organization every day. Currently, I don't have the exact name of the organization we're donating to today, but I will find that out, and it is a great one. So there's still time for you to buy tickets for this event if you want to. This is totally pay what you can and pay what you want event. But if you would like to donate some money, there's going to be some links, so you can do that. So I've given you a little bit of a spiel. Now, are y'all ready to get into the slam? Are y'all ready to hear some rules? Some rules, you say? Heck yeah. Okay, so this is not your grandmother's poetry slam. This is also not your cool older uncle's poetry slam, because there are different rules here. First of all, costumes allowed. Bring that shit. I want to see you dressed up like an astronaut talking about space. Props are allowed. Hold up like a pen and a pencil and a tie. Like, that's totally okay. Musical instruments, serenade me with your ukulele. That's all I deserve. Animals are allowed. If you have a pet, I want to see your pet. Pets, you're going to see my cat Jackson running around probably. He likes to be in front of cameras. He's a bit of a diva, but we love him. And yeah, so those rules don't exist here. So we've been encouraging artists to take full advantage of that and give us some funky, fresh art. Unfortunately, there are still some rules in place. There are no covers, meaning all work must be original, though samples are allowed. So don't get up here and start doing like a Billy the Kid poem and talking about McDonald's and stuff like that, because we know that poem. We've seen that poem. We love that poem. No nudity, because consent is dope. And I didn't consent to seeing anybody's derriere, and I'm sure a lot of you haven't as well, so there's no nudity. And for poems can be formed in any style. So any artistic style, if it's doing the thing, it's doing the thing, and we love it. There is also still a time limit. Everybody has 3 minutes in the second round, but the first round is 1 minute. And because we're nice here at Voices Up today, we're gonna just sprinkle in some treats, some snacks. You get an extra 10-second grace period at the end of every poem, because we're nice and we love you and we'd love to hear you for 10 more seconds. Awesome. And in case anybody happens to go over time, there will be point deductions, and that's math I am not going to be doing, but somebody out there is, and I love them for doing the thing with the numbers. For every 10 seconds you go over 310, you get a 0.5 deduction. Awesome. So we do have a scorekeeper today who is Anali, who is a wonderful human who's going to be doing the thing with the numbers. And it's so good. So good. So the audience, that's y'all. I want y'all to know that the scores are going to be privately sent into the scorekeeper. So I'm not going to see them. You're not going to see them, because we should be focusing on the community and the poems itself. What's a number? What? Come on. We don't need numbers. We just want to hear the poems. So yeah, I'm going to introduce our wonderful judges that we have going on today. Let's see. So some of our judges, we've got Noah, dope judge. We've got George. We've got Dana. We've got Desia. And let's see. We're waiting on one more judge. Mel V. Awesome. So we've got some wonderful, wonderful judges, and it's going to be a great time. So they're going to be doing the thing with the numbers, and I just want to make sure that they know what they're doing, but they're all wonderful. These people have PhDs in poetry. They're going to be ranking poems, and you know what? They're going to be doing that privately because they're so good. They don't need us to feel about that way. What you have to do while the judges are putting up numbers is I want you to leave as many wonderful, kind messages as you can about the poem. Tell me what you liked. I'll get some, yeah, just a string of M's, just some, oh, heck yeah, I love this poem. And I want y'all to, when y'all say that, I will, instead of reading out the scores, I'll just read out some lovely messages so we can all partake in the love. Awesome. So we're gonna give you a calibration poet. So this is a poet who, let's see, they're wonderful and they're gonna be doing a poem for us, but their score isn't gonna be going towards the actual competition. They won't be advancing. So judges, I want you to know that this poet is gonna be like the bar that you set. So use this as kind of a comparison. So like if you really like this calibration poet and you give it like a 7, and then the next poem comes up and you like it less or more, use that as the bar. Yeah. Awesome. So there's gonna be a 1-minute round followed by a 3-minute round, and this is the order of the poets going up. Order. We've got Mateo, followed by Ruby, then Luna, Kaylee, The Noble Savage, Lisa Shen, and Moonlit Storms. So you're going to be going in that order in the first round, and in the second round, you're going to be going in reverse order. So let me see. Are y'all ready to start the show? Are y'all? Can I see some messages in the chat? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Y'all ready? Anybody ready? I'm not seeing any ready messages. I can't begin if y'all ain't ready for bout number 1. Can I see some energy going on? Okay, I see messages in the chat. Heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah. Okay, awesome. Let's get started. Coming up to the stage is our sacrificial poet. Awesome. Hello, hello, hello. Judges, do the thing with the numbers. Was that poem shared with audio? I don't think that poem was shared with audio, so we're gonna wait a little bit so that we can figure out the tech side. Welcome to poetry. Is it a poetry event if things don't sometimes kind of go wrong with tech? Tech, I don't know her, never met her. I will square up in an alleyway somewhere with Tech, because Tech is not my friend. And I'll leave it at that. While we're figuring that out, why don't I give you some wonderful, wonderful information about the organization that we're going to be donating to today. So today's organization is the Freedom School, and Freedom School is a 3-week program for children aged 4 to 10. The purpose of the project is to respond to a lack of humanizing, self-affirming, queer-positive educational opportunities for Black children in the GTA. Freedom School will provide an alternative setting for parents to do not what they feel that our children are being taught. Parents to do not feel that our children are being taught self-love and a passion for justice and liberation through the formal education. The program is designed to teach children about Black, Canadian, and diasporic history, to engage children in political resistance to anti-Black racism and state violence through a trans-feminist lens, and to offer children an entry point into the Black Lives Matter movement. So this is a wonderful organization. And we're so excited to be able to give them some money. So if you feel like you want to buy some tickets to the show and donate some money, feel free to. If you want to buy tickets to any of the events happening today, we have a couple more bouts and a showcase tonight, and it's gonna be wonderful. So if you haven't heard, yesterday we donated to Black Women in Motion. The day before, we donated to Not Another Black Life. My cat is bumping his face against my laptop screen, but that's okay. He's also ready for some poetry. Awesome. So that's our wonderful organization. Let's give it a try again with the sacrificial poet. So give it up for your sacrificial poet, Kai.
She climbs everything like wildfire, claiming anything in her path, but these girls don't need flammable. They need fun. Like lesbians in the forest, they are getting to know each other. All over these branches, on beds of leaves and glass walls, these girls will make a ladder out of anything. They are ready to climb.
All right. Judges, do the thing with those numbers, but more importantly, people in the event Discord chat, how do you feel about that poem? How do you feel about that poem? I want to know. What are your feelings? I keep physically clapping and then remembering I'm alone in my room and no one else can hear or see me. You know what? I can hear and see you in my heart. I love Jackson. Hello. My cat's looking like he's about to jump for it onto my laptop screen. I live for this poet's care and softness. I love this poet. This poet is a hit. Jackson, please stop walking on my computer. Thank you. Awesome. So let's get started with the slam proper. Give it up for your next poet, Mateo.
Golden Shovel for my favorite band. Maybe we got through these ugly years together, them and I. Maybe it wasn't what we wore. Maybe when we say die-hard fan, what we mean is exactly that. Meaning, we either watch our heroes die and sway to the goddamn rhythm of recklessness or freeze our arctic heartbreak, call it phase, echo his manhood like Monkey See and do. Donate the torn apart acid-washed hoodie. Maybe we put the album away until the first big adult breakdown, when every note sticks to the walls, drips its last drops onto your tongue. I'm saying each ballad is a love letter to this kind of delicious sadness that floated and fell. I'm saying, just like the letters, eventually we all have to fade off.
Hello, I'm back. My laptop decided that it didn't like Discord and shut everything off, but that's okay. So we just heard from Mateo. Let's give it up for our next artist, Ruby, all the way to the virtual stage.
You will be an amber shining in the dark, and I will be afraid of gemstones and girls in coats of darkness. You will look me in the eye with more love than a friend has to offer, and I will let neck kisses slide by as friendship. You will follow the skyline to the mountain top and shout my name cities away, and my heart will shiver, oblivious in love. You will leave me hanging in a character dilemma, and I will be more confused than the time I discovered the illusion of straight love. You will tell me I must remember you, so I will turn your memories gold and remember you as the silver lining of my existence. I will let you leave with no goodbyes, no kisses, no smiles, because we were never prisoners of our girlhood. We were girls in love, one with rosy cheeks, the other holding hands with chopping anxiety. You were a believer of breaking your own heart, and I was simply a lost girl looking for love. You were a prisoner of your enchanting beliefs, and I was just starting to let mine crumble to the ground.
Hello, hello, hello. All right, folks, how do we feel about that? Give me what you feel in the comments below. We love to see it. Also, here's some messages that y'all left about Mateo's poetry as well. Yeah, Mateo, golden shovel and all caps, and we love to see it. We've gotten some great poems. We've got some lovely words for Ruby as well. I will turn your memories into gold. The imagery, heart emoji. We love to see it. All right, give it up for your Luna. Give it up for Luna.
Aliens. They call us aliens funny because I never thought aliens would be the ones to pick up the plows of sweat, tears, and backbreaking labor. Go down on all knees to pluck fruits for their neighbors, sow the seeds of prosperity for the nation they will never belong to. Aliens. Funny because we don't eat human flesh or green goo. We eat the scraps of false hope thrown at our pen called hungry because we're only given enough to eat so that our bodies stay alive and our minds learn to forgive the treatment we receive. Aliens. Funny because my ancestors didn't come on shiny metallic spaceships. They came in trucks that sealed any oxygen from ever reaching their lungs. They came in leaky boats as packages and trunks of car in a river that was too strong, in a river that was too strong. Watch it sweep away our children. Flavor our sweet dreams with the salty brine of American reality, pulling flesh from bone until to drink the broth cold, choke back the lies told. If we are aliens, it is only because we speak a language America doesn't understand.
All right, all right, all right. That was Luna. We've got some wonderful, wonderful comments. We've got what go in all caps. Tell them. Oh, this hits. Love this with several exclamation marks. Very good use of several exclamation marks. We love to see it. OMG, what the heck? Everyone is so good. We'd love to see it. So give it up for your next poet hitting the virtual stage, Kaylee.
I'm tired. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of me. I'm tired of waking up every day, of this persistent exhaustion that never leaves me. I'm tired of telling you I'm simply tired, when what I really mean is that I'm tired of being alive. Tired of living in this foreign body, in this broken world. But you wouldn't understand. So I'll say I'm just tired.
Okay, okay, okay. That was Kaylee. All right, folks, how do you feel? It's all so good in all caps. Y'all know I love the capitals. I love the capitals. You're so excited. It's like you're yelling at me, but virtually. OMG, bruh, the talent. Yeah, some awesome words. We're seeing some people typing away. I love to see y'all typing because it means that you're about to be so full of love and rowdiness. So good. That's so real. Awesome. So let's give it up for your next poet hitting the stage, the noble savage, all the way to the mic.
I am a man cloud. That's only something a poet would say. Maybe it's better to say that I'm a man storm cloud. Because I'm big, dark, scary, and only the right kinds of people won't say, "oh shit," as they come their way. I swear I'm wearing my best version of my white face. Huge fake smile, fix my posture, and a firm handshake. But it makes me feel guilty, because people make brown skin feel like a disease, and while many of my people can live with it happily, I just feel like there's something wrong with me. Because I go by the code name Big Moses, and it's definitely not due to any religious devotion. It's because I can split a crowd like the Red Sea without even the slightest motion. Walking through any room feels like I'm walking through the House of Mirrors because there's so many eyes staring back at me. Now, when I look into the mirrors, the clouded man is all that's seen.
All right, give it up for that poet. Let's see what y'all have to say. Love this poet. The sunflower, so many exclamation marks. We've got such a good poet with 100 emoji. We'd love to see it. Good use of emojis. I think it's one of my favorite things to have come from like online events. The ability to use emojis and memes in order to express myself and how I'm feeling. Jackson, how are you doing? This is my kid to you. Awesome. Let's give it up for the next poet, Lisa Shen, all the way to the virtual stage.
To the boy with teardrop eyes who sang me siren songs of suicide. If you choose to leave this world, I do not want to read the note. I will not hold the gun. I do not know if this is a letter or a eulogy. I do not know if you have slipped beneath the earth or into another's body. But I will not devote my eyes to watering your grave. I will not call your coffin sarcophagus. So do not list me as one of your reasons why. Do not use your last breath to whisper my name. I did not consent to being your only reason not to pull a trigger, to be life jacket, to be anything but fighting for myself. So if I am to feel sorrow, it will only be for myself. If I am to feel guilt, it will only be for myself. What you are hearing in place of me begging for your life is the sound my mouth makes when its stitches have come undone. What you are hearing in place of my body folding into a shield is the beauty my hand creates when it is no longer twisted around yours. What you are hearing is the song of a once captive bird, released at sea, fluttering back to shore.
All right, that was Lisa Shen. Folks, let me hear how you're feeling. We've got a quoted, will not devote my eyes to watering your grave. Wow. We've got a very happy, somebody pumping their fists up into the air gif that says yes. I can't even pick out which parts of this poem are my favorite. The answer is yes. This, all caps. This, all caps. Awesome. Give it up for your next poet coming to the virtual stage, Moonlit Storms.
Will you come run away from the world with me? Take the city train to nowhere, go to the beach in the dark, watch the twinkling city lights and compare them to the stars. Let's watch the sky for no reason, just because it's there. Let's run through the rain and get soaked to our skin, then jump in every puddle like we're 5 again. Let's take advantage of the fact we don't pay rent yet and spend our last few bucks on ice cream. Because the world is harsh and dark sometimes. A red and black canvas of ashes. But somewhere in the background, there's always the sun. A reminder that our fight isn't over. So let's forget about our problems for a moment. Just a day. Let's dance like total idiots and watch the sunset fade away. Let's bake cookies and for once, forget about the calories. Let's stay up all night showing each other our favorite movies. I promise, even in real life, you can be free. So will you come run away from the world with me? And I'll show you the brighter side of reality.
All right, that was Moonlit Storms. Let me see how y'all are feeling in the chat. We've got a yes. We've got a ooh, the beach in the dark, that image. We've got a wholesome where every word is like spaced, every letter is spaced out. It's just a long wholesome. It's such a good time. All right, that brings us to the end of round 1 with the 1-minute poems. Let's get into the next round. And do we have a sacrificial poet for the 3-minute round? Because let's cue that up. If not, I'll take it back.
The doctors say I need to learn social skills. They want me to learn things like small talk and the right amount of time to look someone in the eye before glancing away, because not making enough eye contact is suspicious. But making too much eye contact is creepy. But me, I've already learned my social skills in the psych ward, not from the group therapy sessions or the social skills lessons, but in the games of cards we used to kill the time and the world we created to escape the real world we were trapped in. I learned social skills like how to nod along when someone says they want to die, but also to tell them how much you want them here. Because even when all you see ahead of yourself is an infinite loop of darkness, you see lights dancing in front of them, and even when you're convinced you're worthless, you can't bear the thought of this world without them, and on the good days, you wonder if maybe they think you have some worth too. I learned social skills. Like which tears mean come make me laugh and forget about my past, and which tears mean come cry with me. Social skills like some tears really do mean just leave me the fuck alone, god damn it. Social skills like how to walk the fine line of taking on someone's pain without turning it into your own. But now that I'm out, I've lost my ability to bond because people in the real world don't connect over which doctor they hated most, and the side effects of meds, and the shared feeling of both understanding that the other person wants to die but still hoping they find all the reasons they have to live. And outside in the real world, it's no longer acceptable to talk about depression and trauma and horrifying tales of psychiatric abuse that we somehow managed to laugh at. Because when I tell these stories in the real world, people say you must have made it all up in your head. Maybe you're not on enough meds. Doctors don't treat people like that. So I guess I understand why the doctors want me to learn social skills. I mean, my conversation topics have become pretty scarce. I mean, I can talk about dogs, and people like to talk about dogs, but when I talk about dogs for 3 hours, people get a little weirded out, and I guess you can talk about the weather. But how much can you say about the weather? It's cold outside, snow, sun, rain, it's cloudy. My mind is cloudy. I don't know what to say to you. So I stay silent or talk about dogs. And I can't deal with being forced to keep the conversation going, but being forced to stay quiet when something is bothering me and I want back into that world. Not the world of locked doors and forced therapy sessions, but the world we built where I learned social skills that finally allowed me to connect in a way that made sense. So I ask you to stop telling me to learn your social skills, and I invite you to come and learn mine.
All right, all right, all right. That was your sacrificial poet, Chuck. Let me see how y'all are feeling. Y'all are feeling. This poem gives me so many feels. Love this poet. Not making enough eye contact is suspicious, but making too much eye contact is creepy. The realest of dilemmas. I was always much better at algebra than making friends. All right, y'all are having feelings. Let's bring up the poet who's going to be coming up next. Moonlit Storms. Give it up for your poet.
A red sun rises because blood has been spilled again. Spilled as if it was an accident. Who was it this time? A child? Or just someone from a minority the media never mourns? They call themselves pro-life. And yet the assault rifles, never built for hunting, are such an important right. They lay so much value on a heartbeat. Can you hear my heartbeat? Do you care about my heartbeat or only about the little heartbeat that might one day be inside me? Do you care about my heartbeat when you would let me die from a dangerous pregnancy and let that little heartbeat go right with me? Do you care about my heartbeat when it wants to earn a comfortable living wage, live independently, go to university? Or do you only care about my heartbeat when it wants to start a family? Do you care about the heartbeats of all the women in this room? Do you care about the heartbeats of the trans folk for whom pregnancy might be even more dangerous than for you? Do you care about the heartbeats of the children who barely knew what sex was? Do you listen to the heartbeats? The hearts that cry because, boy, they wish they could have kept that child. The hearts that know
They can't afford to give that kid the life they deserve, the hearts that stop. Although they could have been saved. The hearts that are threatened with a longer sentence than their rapist. Do you listen to the heartbeats of Georgia? Do you listen to the heartbeats of Alabama? Do you listen to the heartbeats? Do you notice when they stop? Or have you become so immune? The same news every week, a war an ocean away. The pulse in a gay bar stopping, like the pulse in the dancer's veins. This isn't normal. This should not be normal. This world has a heartbeat, which every day weakens, and with every burst artery, every flattened line, a red sun covered in blood will rise. Again, and again, and again.
All right, that was Moonlit Storms. All right, folks, how are you feeling? We've got to speak that truth. Do you only care about my heartbeat when it wants to start a family? Damn. My heart. And a bunch of hands up, raised, and clapping emojis. All right, all right, all right. Give it up for your next poet, all the way to the virtual stage, Lisa Shen.
For 19 years, I have waged war on the city. I have stared into her soot-covered face and spat back her own smog. I've watched her buildings rise higher and higher into the sky, one after the other, until they choke out the stars. I have buried her casualties, every bird, every lake, every stretch of pale yellow sky. For 19 years, I've been made of sunlight, the kind that cannot filter through smog, that cannot wrap around buildings, that fades in cities. But tonight, I have chosen to step behind enemy lines. Under the promise of alcohol and a midnight kiss, I have taken the eastbound train to Union and crawled my way up to the small apartment flat on King. 19 years after declaring war on the city, I wake to find myself lying in the bed of the enemy. What I had not known was that for each year I had been shaking her soot from my feathers, she had been calling my name. Now, I am another whose lips have kissed her shadow under moonlight. Now, I'm another whose tongue has tasted the rust of her iron skin. Now I want to write a love song for the city of Toronto. I want to build you an image of metal grates hissing out hot subway fumes, red hot cigars held between the lips of late night coffeehouse hipsters, leaving a trail of wispy smoke that winds all the way back to 450 square foot apartments on St. Clair Avenue. I want to lead you through the alleyways of Chinatown and Little Italy, invite you to taste the colors that leap from the grills at the peak of summer. I want to talk about how we climb the towers, find our way to public access rooftops where we stare, dumbstruck, at how the clouds crash into each other at sunset, angry and unashamed. I could write sonnets about the lake, how it hugs the concrete shore. And I am still made of sunlight, and the smoke still burns hot in my lungs, and it is still a small price to pay in the name of love. If I were to write a love song for the city of Toronto, I would tell you about how, on New Year's Eve, the breath of every being in the city falls into synchronization. You can hear the sudden gasps and shudders and the thump, thump, thumping of our hearts as we count down from 10. City, watch. I am coming for you.
That was your poet, Lisa Shen. Let's see how y'all are feeling about that. I got a, wow, I love it already. This delivery, though, fire emoji. First sentence, I'm hooked. The imagery, wow, the imagery. All right, let's give it up for your next poet all the way to the virtual microphone. It's the Noble Savage.
I am weak. I am weak because while my people are sitting in jail for only saying no to the police, there are still some officers who know me by name, and it's not because I'm fighting for the peace. I am weak Because even though my voice is my strongest virtue, I am still unable to speak. You successfully destroyed my own language, and now not even your words leak through my cheeks. I am weak. Because my idea of sticking to the man is blasting Wu-Tang Clan, shouting, "Bring the motherfucking ruckus," and I follow the instructions. Instead of doing anything productive to prevent these abductions, the preconceived assumptions and visitors on our native land pushing us into self-destruction. I am weak. Because the ground even now is being ripped and torn from beneath my people's feet. As if it doesn't say in the treaties that they will live on as long as the sun shines, the river flows, and the grass grows. But many people still don't even know the rhyme, and even I sometimes go to say it and choke. I am weak. Because I allowed myself to become everything my mother told me I shouldn't be. Because my girlfriend already knows that I would prefer to adopt, get a surrogate, or forget children completely to avoid them failing just like me. I am weak. Because I hold a personal vendetta against all religion. Because something that was raped into my ancestors is not where my heart and soul can be given. I hold an objection to something saving so many people, matching my complexion from places like prison and addiction, helping them to find their tradition. Still, none of this can reposition my opinions. Amazing life stories fall on my ears. I can never seem to listen to something that is helping this world to build stronger bridges. I am weak. Because I do not believe that I will be a strong enough parent to counteract the assimilating treatment that all my fellow Native people have been receiving. To teach my child to fight in peace when all I know how to do is use my fist. I am weak. Because I do not know how to properly coexist when I'm not properly fit with my native side, and even less with the part of me that has been painted over white. I am weak. But the word I does not mean only me specifically. It signifies my people, the Inuit, Métis, and my fellow tribe, the Cree, because I know I can't be the only brown man who feels guilty, claiming the word Aboriginal when my family was and is still struggling, living through an assimilating society, the same one that built me as if I wasn't meant to be proud to be Cree. I am weak, because you people made me a trespasser, as if this land is my body. Assimilation achieved.
All right, all right, all right. That was the Noble Savage. Let's hear how y'all are feeling. Yes, here for the subtle props. Yes, poet. Wu-Tang, somebody says. Just a bunch of M's. Go off, poet. Awesome. Y'all are having some big feelings. Some big feelings. Some huge feelings. And we'd love to see it. I'm gonna wait for a couple more comments. That last line, go off. A big oof. People are having feelings. Awesome. Give it up for your next poet, Kaylee.
What do you want from me? I'm tired of your rules. You say you'll love me no matter what, but you criticize everything I do. Picking apart my barely passing grades while I'm barely passing the air through my lungs. I'm sorry I'm like this. I'm sorry it's so hard to be productive when all I would rather do is just stop fucking breathing. I'm so tired of being here. I don't care that you walked a mile to school when you were my age. Try walking a mile in my head, and maybe then you'll understand why I can barely get out of bed every day when I wish I could just never wake up at all. Maybe then you'll understand how it feels to fight against the voices in your head when all they do is tear you to pieces. I'm sorry that I want to take time off after high school when it's all I can do to keep breathing. But I guess that just means I'm lazy, doesn't it? The only thing I can do right now is stay alive, and I can barely even do that. Yeah, I guess you won't get fucking child support if I don't go back, but you won't get it when I'm dead either. I just want to live, and it doesn't even seem like you want the same anymore. I'm sorry that nothing I'll ever do will be good enough for any of you. I'm sorry that I'm not good enough for you. If only you would understand, but no one ever will. I'm tired of this, and I'm tired of you. Please, just let me be free. Why is it so hard? I'm done with your rules. I'm just done.
All right, all right, all right. That was Kaylee. Let's see how y'all are feeling in the chat. Big love for this poem. Wow, fire emoji. That gif of Meryl Streep doing that at some award show. Oof, the child support line. I felt that. We've got some more folks typing. People have feelings. People have feelings. I just love that gif of Mamma Mia. Of Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep is Mamma Mia though, right? Like she is Mamma Mia. If you only could understand that no one ever will. Yes, yes. Awesome. That was Kaylee. Give it up for your next poet, Luna, all the way to the mic.
What it looks like to lose your childhood innocence. It starts small, as all things do. Fruit roll-ups aren't exciting anymore. Sleeping with a stuffed animal isn't cool. You're embarrassed whenever your mother enters the room and you start listening to music that whispers or screams about humanity's doom. It starts small, but it gets bigger. Before you know it, you don't take pinky promises as oath, and birthdays don't mean nothing anymore unless it means you've turned 19. The age where the law lets you drown or smoke away your sorrows. Watch your body swallow down future tomorrows. Your prescription goes up. Your mother tells you it's because you never wore your glasses when you were supposed to, but mostly it's because you've strained your eyes so much. Trying to find the rainbows behind the thunderstorms that keep on hitting, the goals in life you keep on missing because winning a participation ribbon isn't enough. In a world where only cross-country runners make it past the asphalt road, the phase of bloody knees and cut-up shins, the pebbles that have become ingrained in skin, you know you've lost your innocence when you stop believing in the tooth fairy and Santa Claus. Because the wrapping paper is the same as the one stored in a basket downstairs, so you don't even know why they bother anymore. When building a fort isn't exciting because ever since your first heartbreak, you've been building one that's made of tar, brick, and mortar instead of just packing snow. When the smoke of car exhaust fumes doesn't make you cough anymore, not even your nose crinkles. Your lungs are already gray with soot of air too thick to breathe and hope too thin to inhale when you don't get up for the standing ovation at a school play because none of the kids are good enough to make a career out of it anyway, so why make them think so? When pessimism and realism mold into something you call your reality, others call your depression. When hating yourself is what people call your anxiety, what you call self-expression, when you look forward to goodbyes more than hellos. When your highs smell like Kensington Market and everything else smells like an all-time low. For those of us who know, who've become too old to get excited about the color blue Jolly Ranchers leaves our tongues, or watch a tiny ant build a home. Why does it seem like it's happiness and not just innocence we outgrow?
Hello, hello, hello. That was Kaylee. All right, folks. Sorry, that was Luna. My apologies. How do you feel, folks? How do you feel? Trying to find the rainbow behind the thunderstorm? Yes. This poem has so many feelings. Wow, great. Poem, poet. This poet articulates time so well. So much sensory detail. The straighten your eye line hits. We've got feelings. We've got feelings. We've got a cat. Give it up for your next poet, Ruby.
Years upon years blood has shed to fertilize this land, nourished me to grow crops, corn and rice, wheat and maize, tropical mangoes and cold oranges. Cold turned to spring and spring turned to summer and summer turned to monsoon. My body stretched from the bottomless oceans to the world's tops. Every morning the sun rose from the east and so did the families. The Hindus, the Parsis, Sikhs and Muslims, each day a bow to the king, and after they start they had no chain marks on their wrists yet, until the race of whites forced themselves into their homes, enslaved their simpleton brains, and brought in their own culture. Scads of yes sir at a master's call, yet the Englishmen remain so English, too ashamed to set foot on my dirty village grounds, but never too ashamed to set foot on my people's throats, too ashamed, too proud to marry brown women, but never too proud to rape them. Wells became drier and people became dead bodies and alive bodies with scattered parts. And when the English left, they left behind my shattered glass body. In time, the hunt began, along with the cascading dead bodies falling like maize seeds in Punjab. Some migrated alive and some did not. Those who did, they crossed poisoned wells and bloody swords, leaving behind slaughtered families and burning homes surrounded by hounds and vultures. The once dead corpse-laden trains carried them across my parts. Oh, I ate with every bloody mile. My cursed people, my flesh-eating monsters. Why did the repugnant smell of dead babies not send shivers down their spines? Goldstock shot up and humanity died. For the first time in history, millions diffused through the borders to their new side. Girls begged their mothers to choke them dead, bleeding in veins in pregnant bodies, their cords cut from their mothers, their lives formers, lost in the chaos of death, lovers obscured to the deadly realities of loss. In summer 1947, I died, giving rise to two new lands. Martyr blood bore them alive. The, the twins have summers alike, their winter is still dry. Their people are still healing, their open scars gradually filling. So now I spend my days praying in heaven alone, hoping with all my heart that my descendants join me, only after the wrath is gone and they have shed off their white marked skins. Thank you.
All right, that was your poet Ruby. Let's see how y'all are feeling. This performance, several exclamation marks, this storytelling. Oof, that line hits hard. Also, we've got some stuff about my cat. Your cat's like, no, you can't see. Jackson does pets, not poets. You would die for Jackson. Jackson would not care. Jackson doesn't care about anything. Jackson just threw up on my floor. It'd be like that. Awesome. That was your poet Ruby. Give it up for your next poet, Mateo.
Flame. In my life, I have loved two fires, swallowed their heat into my belly, wore their hands down to shattered bone, charred my ovaries for them, made and killed our collective children to keep this love burning. One. I melted into every shape she asked me to, gave grace to her taste for flesh, made myself thin in her presence, carved a new skeleton from stone. For her, I communicated a womanhood I've never spoken. We sleep back to back. We kiss with our eyes closed. She holds her resentment in her height. She is 10 feet tall. I hate someone I used to drink the blood of. 2. I am left empty house, ash heart, finding a strand of her hair in the home I ran away from her in. I cover, ward off the firemen and every other badge. I drink our love into legitimacy. I throw the engagement ring in the flame, throw my bruised arm, my blue thigh, my tender neck, too. Gave me the world and shaved it from my jaw. I am left grieving the hands that clocked me. I am left mistaking her for love, too. I have an entirely new dictionary for loving you. What's wrong with you? Translated, I devote myself to you fully. Get out now. Translated, marry me, marry me, marry me. Silence. Translated, I was born to burn in you. In the forest fire, there was only us. A pile of trinkets, rings, and roses. My girlhood kneeling at the kindling. A red tea party. My flesh melts into their mouths always. I make myself delicious.
All right, all right, all right. That was your poet, Mateo. Folks, let's see how you're feeling. We've got this fire metaphor is fire. This poetry is so graceful and powerful. Wow. We've got a yes. We've got some more folks typing their feelings. Damn, this is powerful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Wait, we suddenly have some more people typing as well. I'll wait. Let's see. I wanna hear the love. I wanna share the love. If you haven't already, you should definitely join our Discord for the festival. It's going to be where a bunch of our chats are going to be happening, or all of our chats will be happening for all of our events. We've got some wonderful events coming up, and if you want to join the conversation, join the Discord. Melts into their mouth, the sounds, the dictionary, the engagement ring, the fire, the poetry. I'm forever in awe of the talent this year. Oh my goodness. That is true. Me as well. And that is the end of Bout 1. Oh my god. I know. I want more poetry too. You want more poetry. I want more poetry. My cat Jackson wants more poetry. So good. So while our wonderful scorekeepers are doing the diddly-do numbers, I want to say some things. I want to thank you for joining us, because what is poetry without people to hear it? Also, what is poetry without any money to put anything on? So we'd like to thank our wonderful, wonderful sponsors, the Ontario Arts Council, the Toronto Arts Council, Golden Bricks Road Publishing, EcoJot, and Living Hyphen. Like, yo, money for poetry events to pay artists to have this happen. These people have money and they fuck with the vision. So literally in the chat, I need you to just like go off. I need claps, I need snaps. Even if like you're just sitting alone in your room, I need you to like just clap a bit for our wonderful sponsors. They'll feel it in their heart that we're thanking them. Also, if you still wanted to buy tickets to help support the Freedom School, you can still buy a ticket. You can buy a ticket all day today and donate some money to them. I want to thank every poet in the round in this bout. Like, y'all are phenomenal. Excuse me, the talent, poetry at a poetry slam, amazing. These are wonderfully talented human beings. And I want to thank all of our volunteers from today. Allie, Britt, Jill, Angelica, Xander, Kay, and Nali, and our judges, Noah, Desia, Dana, George, and Mel V. Shout out to all of y'all. Let's see if the diddly-do with the numbers is done. Let me refresh this bad boy. Awesome, awesome. So I'm going to do the thing with the ranks, but honestly, just the fact that we heard some fucking kick-ass poetry today is the winning takeaway. And of course, at Voices here, we prioritize community and relationship building over scores. So let me just read some arbitrary numbers for you. I want you all to go off in the chat for every single one of these poets who hit the stage today. Also, before I read them out, competing poets. After this, I want you to go on the Discord server under the competing poets channel and click this event, Bout 1. You need to sign off on your scores. Allie and Kay will be posting a link to a little doc, a little doodly-doo for you to virtually, I almost said virtually and digitally at the same time, to do that online. Awesome. So let's hear these scores. The top 3 poets are going to be moving on to the next round. So in 6th place, we have Moonlit Storms. In 7th place, we have Kaylee. In 6th place, we have Moonlit Storms. In 5th place, we have Mateo. In 4th, we have Ruby. In 3rd, we have Lisa Shen, the poet. In 2nd, we have The Noble Savage. And in 1st, we have Luna. Give it up for your poets. We're all so amazing. I'm literally listening to these poems and I'm like, straight face, keep it together, bitch. Like, they're all wonderful, but you can't screech for any of them right now. So let me see what y'all are saying in the comments. There's lots of clapping. Claps for every single poet doing the brilliant thing with the words they do so well. A woo, well done, poets. Y'all are awesome. Don't forget to please, please, please sign off on the scores so that we have that digitally. If you're an audience member and you're watching this and you're like, that wasn't enough poetry for me, I want more. Well, stay tuned. We have our second bout starting at 3:30 right here on this YouTube channel that you are watching this live stream in, and right on the Discord chat that you are currently in. It'll just be bout number 2. be that thread. So hopefully you'll join us again in about 45 minutes for bout number 2. Thanks for joining, everybody. Bye.